Hey guys, happy Friday!
Hi everybody.
I'm Christy.
I'm Debbie.
And today we are going to talk about basil. It's more than just for cooking.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's delicious, but it
Yeah.
helps so many different things. So let's start listing them. I have used it mainly for inner ear inflammation. You don't ever drip essential oils down your ear canal, but you can rub it. I'll put some on my finger, rub it along the outside, and even rub it on the inside, but really helps with ear pain with little kids or even adults. We get inflammation in our ears if we have a sinus infection or something like that.
Okay.
And it's also an aroma touch, and so it's really good for relaxing the muscles.
Okay.
I love aroma
I
touch.
do too. It's one of my favorites.
So good, you can massage it on your feet if your feet are tired.
Mm-hmm.
I think aroma touch smells better than just a basil,
yeah.
by itself. But so it's really good for adrenal fatigue also. So I want to read to you about a scientist in Mexico City found that lanolin, which is what is in, it's the active, one of the main components within basil, affects the monoaminergic system of the brain, which has very familiar neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, adrenaline, noradrenaline. All of those are part of our fight or flight system, and those chemicals react in our body and cause our adrenal glands to secrete cortisol, which is our stress hormone. So if we can reduce our fight or flight system in our body, we can reduce those cortisol levels, which helps to reduce that stress in our body.
And the eventual burnout.
Yes.
So that's really what burnout is when we get to the point where I just can't do anymore. It's all I can do just to get out of bed, fix a meal here or there or whatever. So we've depleted that.
Yes, yeah, you can overuse your cortisol.
Yeah.
So it goes on to say that the cool thing about basil is it actually affects multiple target receptors. Some components, whether it be a pharmaceutical or a plant, will affect one receptor. Well, basil has the ability to affect multiple receptors in our body, which is why it makes it so effective for stress.
Wow, another superhero.
Another superhero.
I didn't think we could top lemongrass. Oh, well, it's the oil of renewal. Okay, so it's primarily helpful for fatigue, low energy, being overwhelmed, and the inability to cope with life stressors. So burnout.
That's the definition of burnout.
Yeah, so if you've been under a great deal of mental strain, and a lot of times when people go through mental strain, they kind of neglect the body. So they're not getting the exercise they need, they're not eating as healthy as they should be, and I guess that all kind of works together to create burnout. So it's not just a matter of eliminating stress. You've got to add, how do you get rid of stress? And I guess basil is one way to help with that. It says basil oil may strengthen the adrenals and restore the body to its natural rhythms of sleep, activity, and rest. It increases natural energy and helps to create a greater balance of health. So I guess that's what we're all looking for, is balance in everything.
Yeah, I think doing a couple of drops in a veggie capsule morning and night when you recognize that you're in this adrenal fatigue cycle.
Wow.
Go ahead and take some in a veggie capsule. 2 drops in a veggie capsule a couple times a day. Try that for a couple of weeks and see if you feel your stress hormones balancing out again.
Okay. I would have liked to have known that in 2019, but that's okay.
Or 20 years ago when you were running around like crazy.
Right. When I was at your stage of life. Okay, well the verse is Matthew 11:28 through 30. It's one of my key verses. Then Jesus said to them, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, let me teach you. For I am gentle and humble at heart, and you will find rest for your soul. For For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light. And so this is one of God's gifts to us, if you think about it, to help eliminate or relieve some of that heavy burden.
Basil, the burden carrier.
Yeah, I like that.
Basil, the burden buster.
Sounds good. Sounds
all right.
good.
We all need more basil. We love basil. Have a blessed weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.